man. Got us some lattes here.
Awesome.
Ready to go to work?
Yeah, man.
You shouldn't already?
Yeah.
Oh, they just wrote Fig. I told them this should be for Vic, and they wrote Fig on here. Crazy. But hey, everybody, it's Vic. Just got us some lattes. Getting ready to shoot this video here for you. How you doing? Doing great? Welcome back to video number 2. Since we're getting, you're gonna cut this out?
Just go for it.
Yeah, I'll just go for it. All right, cool. Well, guys, welcome. This is our second video in the free series with Big Idea Mastermind. And you know, first of all, I want to thank you guys for so many comments. I mean, we got tons of comments from the first video that you hopefully watched, right? Where I was in Miami and I showed you the formula for making a lot of money. But you know what? A lot of people have been emailing me and just asking me questions like, Vic, is this you make this thing look so easy? I mean, do you have some magical abilities, to do this kind of stuff? What you're doing and are you somebody special that was able to create this kind of lifestyle for yourself and your family, in this short period of time? And people just automatically assume that, this stuff, to do this kind of stuff, you gotta have some magical abilities, right? And you know what? The truth is, I don't have any magical abilities. I'm not anybody special. I'm just like I'm Jonathan. I'm no different than you, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in fact, what I want to do is let's go ahead and hey man, let's roll something. I want to show you guys something. Okay, so let's hop in the car and let's take a drive because I do want to show you some things that I think you will find pretty interesting. All right, go man, hop in.
So what's the video going to be about?
Yeah, we're going to talk about how to get money now, basically anytime they want. Strategy that I personally use in my business, works every single time. Never failed me yet. And I got a piece of technology I'm going to give him actually for free. It's actually worth $500 because I'm a cool guy. All right, so the reason I wanted to bring you over here to this place is for two reasons, right? Number one, this is where everything got started for me. This is where I started out. So you never forget where you came from, right? So people looking at me and they're asking, Vic, do you have, like I said, do you have some magical abilities? And these are the kind of questions I'm getting. So I wanted you to look at where I was living in 2005. That apartment right there, Jonathan, do you see that? It's at second floor corner balcony there. Got married when I was 20 years old. And kids, right, 20 years old, me and my wife. But, I was working at the banking industry at that time, earning, I think it was $300 a week in paycheck. And most of that money, in fact, all of that money went to pay for that apartment right there and bills. So I had zero money left at the end of the month, right? And just the thought of working for somebody for the rest of my life and earning that kind of money and having somebody to tell you, when to take a break, when to go to lunch, when to take a vacation, how much money you can earn, just having that thumb pressing over your head, I just couldn't stand it. So I had to look around and find a solution because I did not want my family to struggle, right? I wanted to, as a man, I wanted to provide the best lifestyle that they truly deserved. So that's when I discovered the internet, and that's when I discovered this marketing, network marketing industry. And man, everything changed for me. What happened next was quite a story, but it wasn't that easy. So it's kind of chilly over here. Why don't we go back in the car, and I want to tell you what made the difference for me. So my friend, if you're watching this video right now, right, and I want you to understand that no matter what your situation is, it doesn't matter. Listen, if I could come from living in that apartment right there, right, just in 2005, just a few short years ago, to now, and please don't get me wrong, right? I'm a humble guy. I don't wanna brag or boast, but this thing right here, right? This thing right here is worth more than that entire apartment complex. Okay, so I could have never imagined having and living the kind of lifestyle that I now have right? Just a few short years later. Now, what's the difference, right? What did it for me? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. So I'm excited to share these strategies with you. Apply this, model this. I think it's going to work for you as well. Let's go. You know, when I got started back in 2005, it was not all roses. You know, it wasn't as easy as everybody, all these gurus, you know, try to make us to believe that it's, you know, all you need to do is just get started, just get a product to promote, and you'll be a rich millionaire tomorrow, right? It doesn't work like that. You know, looking back right now, knowing what I now know and going through what I had to go through to get to where I'm at today, and showing and teaching others how to do the same, you know, I can tell you some things, my friend, and I really want you to listen closely to this, because hopefully I can save you the same, you know, some of the frustrations and some of the hardships that I had to go through myself. When I got started, I actually had to borrow $30,000 because I did not have any money to get started. It's a pretty crazy story. I couldn't go to the bank to just get the money. So the only option I had, and thank God it worked for me, was I actually went to a friend of mine who borrowed the money from his bank against his house, and he loaned me $30,000 for me to get started. So anyway, but I blew through 20,000 of it in the first 60 days. How did I do it? Simple. I was listening to the wrong people. I was listening to people who pretended to be successful, but they weren't. And so, unfortunately, this is what happens a lot in our community, right? Is you know, so many fake gurus are going to tell you, hey, come follow me, right? I'm going to lead you to the promised land. But in reality, they're broke. They don't know how to do it for themselves. So how can somebody teach you how to make money if they're not doing it for themselves? Make sense? What really made a difference for me is when I found myself a true mentor, somebody who was living the kind of lifestyle I wanted to live, somebody who, you know, was making the kind of money I wanted to make for myself, and I started to listen to the guy. And he shared with me a concept. He taught me a strategy that absolutely revolutionized my business very, very quickly. As a matter of fact, in 90 days, I went from zero, from being in debt, to earning my first $20,000 profit. Okay, that strategy I'm going to share with you in this video, in this free video series, and hopefully you apply this kind of stuff. Hopefully you model this, because it changed my business. It changed the business for hundreds and thousands of people who I shared it with, and right now it's, you know, hopefully you'll go with it, you run with this, apply this in your business, and take your business to the next level. Cool. Let's go. Talk about how to get money now.
You know, people ask me all the time, they're like, Vic, do you have an office, man? Do you work from home? What's your secret headquarters look like? You know, sometimes I refer to my secret headquarters, right? So I thought, while we're here, why not show you where all the magic happens? This chair right here, my friend, is responsible for lots and lots of money, millions of dollars. So what I do is just come over here, sit in it comfy, and this is actually what I do every day, is I just come up with cool ideas, right? All kinds of cool ideas that make people tons and tons of money, right? This notepad right here, Jonathan, which I'm not going to show you the content, by the way, because this is some secret stuff, man. But this has been I mean, I got literally, like, this made me millions and millions of dollars. So I just come up with different ideas, you know, and then just making them to, you know, getting them to life, you know, come to realization. I want to show you something else real quick. See this right here? See this little piece of paper, right? Mm-hmm. Jonathan, how much do you think I paid for this?
Maybe 20 bucks.
20 bucks. I actually paid $10,000 for this formula right here that's on this piece of paper. Now, do you know how much it made me so far?
Yeah.
Over the last 12 months, over $500,000. And you know, the cool thing is, you know, people say, Vic, you know, I can't, you know, people don't believe in investing in themselves, right? Investing in ideas and trainings and that kind of stuff. But I say, hey, I paid $10,000 to get this piece of paper. It made me over $500,000, and this is the kind of stuff we actually teach in Big Idea MasterMind Diamond membership. Okay, let me show you something else here, because we're about to shoot a video. The rest of this training is going to happen right over here in this room for you, my friends. And again, this is just behind the scenes kind of deal. This is where I do all my trainings as far as the whiteboard and stuff like that. That's my giant whiteboard right here, a bunch of lights in here, a bunch of equipment like cameras and stuff like that, right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to pick up right from this spot right here that I'm standing, and I'm going to teach you how to make a lot of money and actually go over those three things, right? The secret formula, if you will, the 3 components of secret formula. I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money starting today. You ready for it?
Ready.
Jonathan, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's roll. Okay, so let's talk about how do you get money, and here's the best part. Anytime you want. Awesome concept, right? Would you like to learn how to do that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about right now, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this segment of our video, all right? So if you recall from the last video, which you can, by the way, if you haven't watched that, it's somewhere at the top. You want to make sure you watch it. But I introduced you to a concept, to a formula that I personally implement in my business every time when I do anything that has to do with me earning money on the internet, right? And the formula had 3 components. Remember what they were? Thing number 1 is we need to have the right vehicle, right? Very important. Thing number 2 is we need to have an engine for that vehicle, right? And thing number 3 was we need to have the right kind of fuel for that engine, right? So in the context of what we're doing here as internet marketers, we need to have an offer. We need to have something that nobody ever talks about, right? But that's going to make a huge difference in your business. It did certainly for me, right? Which is, I call it an engine, which is your system, something that's going to drive and something that's going to make that offer convert even better. All right, and then thing number 3 is we need some traffic that's going to power this whole machine, right? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Is I'm actually going to break this stuff down for you, down to the ridiculous, so that you understand this. And not only so you understand it, I really want you to be able to watch me do things, right, on my computer right now, which is exactly what we're going to do. I'm actually going to get online with you in just a moment, and I will actually show you exactly how I create my campaign that allows me to position myself above the competition pretty much with anything I do, okay? And so that you can watch me do stuff and you can model this for your business. Ready to go? Let's do this. So the first thing, first component is selecting your vehicle. Let me show you and let me tell you what I do personally when I'm selecting a vehicle that I will promote, right? When I'm selecting an offer or a product that I'm going to promote. The first thing I'm looking for is the product has to appeal to the masses. Okay, it must appeal to the masses. So if you're promoting something that is in a little niche, it's going to be difficult for you to make money quickly with it, right? So here's something to think about. Give an example of a mass market product. Okay, do you know anybody who does not want to earn an extra $5,000 or $10,000 per month? Do you know anybody like that? I don't, right? Everybody wants to earn more money. Right? Do you know anybody who wants to be, sick, tired, right, and fat, and just, look ugly, right? Nobody wants to be like that, right? Everybody wants to be healthy, everybody wants to be vibrant, and everybody wants to look great and stuff like that, right? So this is what I'm talking about, and this is what I mean by having a mass market product, something that everybody wants. If you walk up to somebody on the street, right, with what you have, and you tell them about what your product is, right, or what you're offering, and if 8 or 9 people out of 10 are not interested, you are probably promoting the wrong thing, right? So something to think about. So if you want to earn a lot of money quickly, you want to promote something that's of a high demand in the marketplace. Make sense? That's the first thing I'm looking for. Second thing is if I'm going to promote a product, I want to make sure that the commission payout is high, okay? For example, if I have 3 products, 3 choices, right, 3 options, product number 1 is going to pay $20, product number 2 is going to pay me $200. Product number 3 is going to pay me $2,000. And assuming the products are actually good products, right? Which one do you think I will promote? Of course, right? I'm going to promote the one that will pay me the most amount of commissions, right? Just makes sense. And if the commission structure, the commission plan has a residual component built into it, that's even better because you can do the work once and you get paid over and over and over again, month after month, right? Which is lovely. Okay, so it's very important for me when selecting the vehicle. Okay, thing number 3 is I want to make sure that the product I'm going to be promoting is actually a good product. And my friend, this goes without saying. I mean, if you're promoting something that you don't believe in right now, right? Whether it's your own product, whether it's somebody else's product, right? If you're promoting something that you can't, if you can't look into your potential customers, in the eye and tell them with conviction, with 1,000% conviction that what you have will actually change that person's life. If you can't do that, okay, you need to think twice about what you're promoting, okay? Sales is the transference of feelings, okay? Most people don't understand this. if you want to be successful at selling something, right, you got to be convinced yourself that that thing is the best thing in the world and that will actually help your people. Does that make sense? If you don't have that conviction, my friend, it's going to be difficult for you to succeed in this environment, in this industry. Okay, so it's very important that I promote products that I'm passionate about and that I truly believe in, that will actually do what's promised, right? Thing number 4, check this out. I'm actually looking for a product that would have big competition. Okay, you say, Vic, you crazy? Big competition? Most gurus teach us how to get in on this pre-launch deal, right? How to be the first one to take the product to the market and and that kind of stuff. Well, I think that's not a very smart idea. Let me tell you why. Why would I think about this? Why would I invest my own money in testing somebody's product? Let's say if I wanted to promote an affiliate product, right? Somebody created it. Think about it. Why would I invest my money in testing that product and I have no idea how well it converts? Does that make sense? So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a product, obviously assuming the product is of a high value, right? And it meets all the criteria above, right? The last thing I'm looking for is make sure that there is actually a competition for that product. Let me tell you why. If a lot of people are promoting that product, it tells me that the product is probably converting well. Otherwise, why would thousands of people promote it? Does that make sense? And so now my thinking goes is, hey, how can I outsmart that competition? Make sense? And so you say, Vic, how do I do that? How do I outsmart my competition, right? Well, that's exactly what I'm actually going to teach you in this video, right? So if you're not taking notes, my friend, it might be a good idea for you to get something to write with, because the information I will be sharing with you and actually showing you is very, very powerful. It actually transformed my business, and my business went from struggling, right, to thriving, and actually I was able to take my business personally to the levels that it's just unfathomable to a lot of marketers. And they look at what we do here in Big Idea Mastermind. It's not only working for me, it's working for our members with Big Idea Mastermind. We have people from virtually every country in the world, okay, right now as you're watching this, and people who have never ever had success in their life ever are making money. We have a person who's a 73-year-old, and he made $3,000 in the first couple weeks just implementing the same strategy I'm about to share with you. Okay, so this stuff is powerful, and you really want to pay attention to this. When you model this, you will change your business. You will absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, change your business and therefore change your life. Okay, so that's on selecting the vehicle. Now let's talk about second component in our secret formula, right, which is your engine. And here's what I'm going to tell you about the engine, my friend. We, in Big Idea Mastermind, we actually have all this packaged into a machine, okay, where our members actually get, and when the next video comes out, you will actually have an opportunity to get this machine for yourself, again, for free, but more on that a little bit later. Right now, I want to expand your thinking. I want you to understand kind of what goes on behind the scenes and why I do what I do and how I actually create my campaigns. Because a lot of people ask me, Vic, how do you create your campaign? How do you differentiate yourself? So here's how, right? When I talk about my engine, here's what I mean. You have got to position your campaigns, and this is so powerful, it's worth writing down. You have got to position your campaigns, okay, your advertisements, head and shoulders above the competition. Okay, basically you want to stand out and be unique. Like I gave you an example in the last video, in the previous video, right? If there is a product and there is 10,000 people promoting that product, okay? Here's a formula to failure. You ready for it? If you want to fail in business, especially this business, you do what the 98% of marketers are doing, okay? Just do that. And what do? They're just pushing traffic directly to that offer that everybody in the world promotes. Make sense? If you want a formula to success, here it is. If you want to be successful, you take a look at what the 2%ers are doing, right? And you do that. You do what the 2%ers are doing. And you know what the 2%ers are doing? They're raising themselves above the crowd, above the 98% group. You say, Vic, how do I do this? I'm going to show you in just a moment, all right? So you want to stand out. You want to capture your leads anytime possible, okay? You want to capture your leads and you want to build your own list. If you don't have your list, you don't have a business, period, okay? Again, I'm going to help you with that as well. Basically, what it comes down to is this.
if you can create yourself, if you can build a system, right, an engine that would have duplication and leverage in it, okay, in addition to all of those